Hey, good morning, y'all. First of all, this is Sesta One. This story is going to be a little bit longer than usual. I'm going to talk a little bit about Dylan Gabriel, the Sanders, and what's going on with shedeur, why he's going through what he's going through. And I think it's not what a lot of people think. This video is going to be on YouTube. It's where you're going to watch the whole thing. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. But if you want to watch the whole thing, it's going to be on YouTube. And I will leave the link at the end of this. The first thing I did want to talk about is Dylan Gabriel, quarterback. Don't get it twisted. I know media is making us think he's a bad quarterback. We shouldn't follow him. He's a great quarterback. His stats are remarkable. I mean, you got to imagine, this guy had 189 touchdowns, passing touchdowns, 155, career passing, 18,000. So he's not a bad pick. He can take this #1 job. I know he's going against shedeur, but it's not an easy run. It's not going to be just handed to him. And he knows that. The thing is, everybody has to understand, because the way he came out is that it's going to take him longer to grasp with how the NFL works. Shedeur's been taught this since he was Little League, how to deal with the NFL. That's why he's so comfortable in the pocket. He already had been set up for years under pro players on how to deal with it. So Dylan will get his shot. Don't get it twisted. I think a lot of the problem is that he's not ready. That's why shedeur got his shot. I don't think Dylan was hurt, but when he was next up, I think he didn't want to. I think not him. I should say the coaches didn't want the challenge of him making one bad mistake and then it's over for him. Because if he throws an interception, if he throws too many drop passes, he's done. But remember this: even though shedeur did 3 good drives, 2 touchdowns, all Dylan got to do is not throw any picks and get 1 touchdown. He will get that job. He don't have to do as much as shedeur because he's already in the right position. He just has to show that he can hold it down. But that's why he's getting the extra reps and stuff. But they're amazed shedeur's doing it. And I think I wouldn't say they set him up, but they actually wanted to see how good shedeur was. And shedeur let him know, hey, I'm the guy. He should have been the #1 pick. Okay, I want to get off that. I want to get to the real thing while we're here. Shedeur Sanders. Now, if you guys listen to shedeur when he first came out, what did he say? He said, if you're not ready to change the organization, partial ownership. So, and part of the deal that he got with Tom Brady still has to coach him and guide him, even though he's in the NFL. And part of the problem is the NIL deals don't stop in college. They move on with him to pro. So when he got to pro, you can't offer him nothing. He has everything. You can't offer him Nike. You can't offer him no clothing line, nothing. He has everything already set when he gets there. So the only thing you can do is offer him a position and let him play. So when he dropped to the 5th, the Browns saw that deal. They was like, nah, we're going to pass on him. We're not going to put up with this ignorance of a player that wants to come in as a brand. Pittsburgh, when he went to Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers said, no, I'm not competing with that. I'm here to play football. If I got to compete with that in the fans, don't pick me. So they said, hey, we're going to pass on him. That's why Pittsburgh didn't want him. Cleveland they're trying to hurt his name. That's all they're doing. They're trying to diminish the name of the Sanders name. So by picking him up in the 5th, they felt like, okay, he dropped, so his stock is going to drop. It didn't drop. It went higher because now the challenge is even more. So when they finally picked him up, they brought him over. They're like, okay, well, you can do this. But this is the trick. This is the trick thing. What keeps him irrelevant and keeps his brother relevant. They have their own photo company. Yes. So what does that mean, Sesta One? Make it make sense. That means everything he does is copywritten pattern, and only they have rights to what they do under the shedeur name. So his brother Bucky does all his video editing. Nobody else can do it. So when Bucky's there, he does all his edits, he does all his videos, and he's the one posting all this stuff online. That's why you get seeing everything he's doing. You don't see the other players, but you see everything he's doing. Oh, that makes sense. Part of that deal was that Bucky gets a percentage of it because him and Bucky are in partners as a business. Yeah, even his other brother, they're both partners, even Dion. So Bucky is making a mint because he's the only one who controls all their photos and videos of when they're playing. Yes. It's a franchise. That's why they don't like Dion. Dion is trying to change the game where as a player, you don't come in as a player no more. You come in as a brand. Everybody's not good enough to get that deal. I'll show you an example. Travis Hunter. You remember that time when Travis Hunter was leaning on him and he did the shoulder shrug on him? Was because Deion said you could do this, but because of this girl, it's gonna kill your brand. So he was like, either you do the prenup and do this or not. I'm not gonna set you up for failure. If you want to get married, cool. But if you don't want to do what I'm telling you, don't be mad at me. Travis wanted to get married without the prenup. Deion backed off, said, do you what makes you happy. So shedeur was teasing him about it. That's why he gave him the shoulder shrug. Yes, that's why he gave him the shoulder shrug. Let's move on. Now, let's go to the Tom Brady deal. This is amazing. And all shedeur is sponsored by. Shedeur has Nike, Gatorade, Beats by Dre, Mercedes, Google, Under Armour, the Brady brand, Tops, Active Blacks, POB Sports, 5430 Alliance. So when he came in there, he's already worth $6 million. And then, like, you remember the jersey deal? That was already set in stone. He knew how much he was getting because all he's doing, you know how Deion does. Deion counts numbers. He's looking at the jersey sales. This is your cut. Yeah, no player has done this. I'll give you another example. Dillon Gabriel was supposed to play in the first playoff game, right? Why did he didn't play? Well, because the quarterbacks before him weren't playing. When they felt like it was him, that means shedeur was up next. And they didn't want to compare the two because Dillon's not ready. So what did they do? Hey, we just gonna tell him you got an injury. We just gonna give it to all the shedeur. That way, they'll see shedeur, and that gives him enough time to bag, and he'll sink. His stock will sink. What happened? His stock went up. It went up so bad that the stadium sold out 2.8 million viewers. 2.8, unheard of for first preseason game, unheard of. And guess what? Because they used the shedeur name, he gets paid. Yes, he gets paid. They used the name, and I'm gonna tell you another secret. The tickets were $35. By the first game, they went up to 280. Yeah, he gets a percentage of that. Who's that sound like? Deion Sanders. That's why they don't like Deion. Deion is a mastermind of this. Why shedeur so calm and they can't bust him? Shedeur went to school for sociology, so he understands people, he understands way of thinking, so he knows how to move and act. That's why he's so calm. Look up what he went to school for. Look up what Deion went to school for. They're the perfect match. They understand how to deal with people and situations. Deion is a mastermind. He's like the perfect dad for any player. And he's teaching these other kids how to come into the NFL. That's the NFL's biggest fear. He's taking money out of their pocket because they get a percentage off these players. But he's teaching the players, no, you need to work for yourself and become a brand. And hey, get most of your money that they got, because you got to imagine the NFL just off jersey sales made what, 230 million? And what does shedeur get? Think about the math. That's kind of upside down, right? But it is what it is, and they got to make something off the player. And that's how the NFL works. They make money, because my biggest thing, I don't know how the Browns even got money. They ain't winning no games. Somebody was telling me that they got this program where it's an even pot, and it's that way the lower teams still stay irrelevant. They get percentage of that pot to get the top players. I don't know. This is what somebody was telling me, but I'm just putting it out there. But hey, I just wanted to tell you what was going on with shedeur and why he dropped, why he's doing what he's doing, and why he ain't never mad, because he's already set in stone. And remember this, because him and Tom Brady are in partners together, where do you think he's going to end up after all this levels out? You do the math. All right, you guys take care. This is Shedeur. I'm out. I will do more videos. I just wanted to do a lot of research on this. I was trying to stay away from this because there's too many people doing it, but I had a lot of inside talking to people, and I wanted to get a little bit out there and change you guys' way of thinking about Dillon Gabriel, he's a good guy. Don't be hard on him so much. He's just a player, and he's a kid. He's trying to get in just like everybody else. But I know the Sanders bug is killing him right now. That's why he can't focus. And in the end, like I said in my first video, shedeur gonna be all right. All right, Shedeur out. You guys take care and have a good day.